attend all your classes, guys. Attend all your classes, because especially when it's very beneficial, especially when it comes to tests, because that's where you are going to get scopes. So I'd suggest that you get yourself a mentor. Obviously when you're starting a new course, you won't know who to go to, but go to your lecturers. Choose your friends wisely. So make sure you have friends that have the same goals as you. Make sure you have study buddies or a study partner. Hi babes, welcome back to my channel. I am Sinolazi April. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So in today's video, it's actually part 1 of a series that I will be doing. So it's a series titled How to Survive Your First Year. So for this first video, I'll give you tips and tricks. I will give you the do's and don'ts, obviously based on my experience as a first year. So I'm not saying all of this will work for everyone, but it worked for me. So I'll give you my tips based on my experience, and I hope you do enjoy this video. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button, please. I was so alarmed when I went through my analytics and actually found out that 80% of you guys have not subscribed. So you just what? Please guys, do subscribe, because that's how I'm gonna make the coins. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe, please share videos, please comment, and please like if you do like the video, so that YouTube knows the girl is doing something right. All right, so let's get into this video. Alright, so let's start this video. So I will actually, in order for me to structure what I'm going to say, I will have it in like 3 categories where I tackle res, if you'll be staying at res or any flat away from home. So if you won't be staying at home, so I'll cover that. And then I will cover how to survive your first year academically, and then how to also survive it socially. So I'll go through all of those according to what I experienced. So let's start with the res. So I stayed at an on-campus residence for my first year. So I stayed on campus at South Campus because I went to Nelson Mandela University. Whew, my first year res experience was tragic. Like, I hated each and every moment of it. What actually ruined my experience for me, I think, was the 10 days of initiation. So I didn't know anything about initiation. I didn't go to what do you call this? I didn't go to a hostel. So I didn't know the treatment that people get there when you're initiated into res. So for me, the decision to stay away from home was my own decision, because I wanted to be independent. I wanted to focus on my studies, and I didn't want what was in store for me. So res. So we get there, right? So I got there 10 days before school started. So that is the 10 days where you get now initiated. So there was a point in time where we were made to sing for our food. So let's say now we're waking up at 7, it's breakfast, and not everyone is there, so we'll all get punished. So we'll have to sing for our food. There'll be a time where we'll have to wash with cold water, which didn't make sense to me. And for me, when you do such things, I'd like for you to explain, because we only learned later when they told us that there'll be points in time where the geyser is not working or there's load shedding. How about you say that? So you say the purposes of this is because of this. Not just make us shower with cold water, because I was like, that doesn't make sense, and I cannot stand a cold shower. So that was that. And then, oh guys, so on campus residence, nobody warned me. So I had rooms on drama. So I changed roommates, I don't know how many times. So what happened was, so during the 10 days of initiation, I was staying alone, and I was told my roommate will be coming a bit later, right? So I enjoyed staying alone, you know, I'd have friends over. So this one time, we were busy, I think we were preparing for a competition of some sort. So we're going to compete against another race. So we were singing, preparing songs, and all of that, dance and everything. So then I come back to my room. So as I open my door, it doesn't move. Like it's as if there's something behind it. So I open and I'm thinking, as I'm trying to turn the key, it doesn't turn. And now I'm thinking to myself, did I forget to lock? And then I push it again, then it moved, or it opened rather. Then what I come to learn was there was a person behind it. So when Miguel opened the door, she was humongous. So she was busy, she had earphones on, so she was packing her wardrobe. So she was actually blocking the door. So I get there, she is terrifying. Like, I mean, she has that look like don't you dare look at me type of thing. And yeah, I just got terrified just by looking at her. So then I introduce myself and I tell her about the rules. So the campus that I stayed on was South Campus, which is now, everybody who knows, Nelson Mandela University is built on a nature reserve, so meaning there are actually animals on campus. So they told us about the monkeys and the snakes, and apparently we're not supposed to harm any of the animals because we are in their territory basically, so we're gonna get into trouble if you do something. So I tell her about the rules because I figure she wasn't there. So the first thing that I noticed is that she opened the windows so wide that a snake and a monkey can actually walk in. So I tell her about that. Then her response was, listen here, mother father. I can't swear here, so I'll just say mother father. So she said, listen here, mother father. I am 26 years old. This is my second degree and I won't let a kid tell me what to do. Right at that moment, I was like, the fudge is gonna be a long year. So she tells me, don't you dare tell me what to do. I will do as I please. And I already smelled like cigarette on her. So I tell her that we're not allowed to smoke inside the race, like in the rooms, because there are smoke detectors. So it will obviously going to now alarm everyone. Everyone will think there's a fire and whatnot. Ne? Then she tells me again, I will do as I please. Who the hell do you think you are? Fine. So then she leaves and I'm alone at this point, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm having nightmares while I'm awake, thinking this girl is gonna sit on top of me because she's huge. Like, she's gonna sit on top of me, she's gonna kill me. I don't know what to do. I'm just new here. I was just trying to be friendly. So my instinct tells me, girl, wake up the next day, go to the res manager and tell her to change you. So while I'm looking at that, she comes back, she smells of weed. And I have a sensitive headache, so it triggered the headache. So I knew Miguel has smoked something. So then I tolerated that for the night. Next day I wake up, I go to the res manager. I'm like, res manager, I need you to alter the situation because I cannot survive with this person the whole year. I need you to move me. Fine, she moves me to a very nice girl, and apparently she's from my mother's hometown, so we bonded over that. But the problem with Miguel is she was allergic to a lot of things. So she arrived, her bursary had not kicked in yet, so I was free to offer. I was like, okay, you can just eat whatever I eat. And she didn't eat mayonnaise, she didn't eat Weet-Bix, she didn't eat peanut butter, all the things that a struggling student would have. She didn't eat them. So I was like, yo, I guess I'll send my unyaga with another person. Fine. We lived very fine and we tolerated each other. It was fine. We lived well together. But the problem was when she borrowed my iron to now her friend. She lent my iron to her friend and didn't tell me about it. I come back, I want to iron, my iron is not working. So that's where now we had a bit of a alteration where I was like, res manager, I need to move yet once again. So she moved me again, and this now I was moved, and I asked this time around, which is the first tip I would actually give you. if you can manage the situation, please ask to be moved with somebody who does the same course as you. So I was moved with who was my best friend throughout varsity. I was moved with her. It was a smooth sailing. We had the same kind of background. We were there. We had the same ambitions. We were like this. So we were moved together. It was amazing. The whole year was fabulous. We became close friends. We became very competitive with each other, but it was the great kind of competition where we wanted to see who would actually get this distinction. So it was very positive. So that's the first tip. When you move to Rays, speak up, baby girl, because it's gonna be a long year if you're gonna follow each and everything that they do. Because I got into a bit of a problem when I kind of refused to do the things that they did there, because they did sports. So if you didn't play sports, you had to now be the cheerleader, which is I had to study. I didn't have time for that. Be singing for what? So I was kind of like in trouble for that, because I didn't do any of the things that they wanted me to do. So I was like, I was a bit of a rebel, but I was like, I'm not here for this, guys, like, honestly. And they gave us mothers. I had a res mother, which was very helpful, but basically the res mother, you'd have to tell her when you're going off campus so that she knows where you are. I was lucky to have a res mother who did the same course as me, which made things very smooth and very easy for me. So in res, let me just cut the whole story short. So for me, initiation ruined my whole experience of res, and there was a lot of cattiness. So when you choose a res, I'd suggest don't choose a res that just has girls in it, because girls can get very bitchy, which is what I found with the girls that I stayed with. There's a lot of competition amongst girls, and I wasn't up for that. I really did not. I told myself, Andizi, I am not playing for that team, because I am not going to put that much pressure on myself. So when you're staying in Rays, make sure that you make friends with the security, the people in the kitchen, and also the people who are cleaning, because you never know when you're gonna need them. So make friends, greet them, ask them how they are, because you might just need help. Because remember, you are away from home, so they are the closest thing to your mother and your father. But at the same time, don't be too trusting of everyone, because anything might just happen. So trust, but not too much, you know what I mean? So be alert. And what can I also say about Rays? Choose your friends wisely. I remember this one time, I think it was Mr. and Miss NMMU. It was NMMU back then. So Mr. and Miss NMMU, and the hosts were Minnie Dlamini and Sizwe Jomo. And I remember at that time, that weekend, the Monday after that weekend, I had 2 semester tests. So now, me being me, I am not used to going out, so I don't know the balance of studying and partying. So I told myself I'm not going to do that to myself, because I don't know if I can handle it. So I chose to stay in. So my friend and I, Rumza, we stayed in and we studied for the test, while we could hear everything. It's like FOMO was there, but we didn't, let it play out. We wanted to be there, but we didn't let it play out. So also, Rays, make sure you are aware of the rules and the regulations that are there set in place for that particular Rays, because choose your friends wisely, man. I didn't really pay attention to them until I had to have visitors, because you have residences that don't allow any visitations, whether it's a girl or a boy. So mine didn't allow any men. So when my father had to visit, we had to stand outside, because it was an all-girls race. So they were concerned about the safety and of the girls. So maybe let's say a girl had just gone out of a shower and they're walking from the bathroom naked, because you're comfortable around girls, and then there's a male on campus, so they're worried about that. I understood that part. but it kind of didn't make sense for my dad to stand outside, coming all the way from Utnik to PE to stand outside with me, you know what I mean? So res, okay, so the res that I stayed in, we were not allowed to cook. So you need to know those things so that you get yourself a microwave. So you're staying on campus, you're not allowed to cook, make sure you have a microwave. And that's where I learned how to cook everything, literally meat, rice and veggies I will use to cook with the microwave. And I'll actually do a separate video on showing you how to actually cook using a microwave. So I think those are it for res. And also obviously for me, I didn't even use the facilities on campus, so it didn't make sense for me to stay on campus for my first year, but especially since I was from around PE. But if you are from far, I'd suggest that you stay on campus if you do get space, so that you just familiarize yourself with, you know, facilities on campus. So I think that's it for res. And then let's go academically. So I thrived in my first year academically. I don't know, I think I got about 6 or I don't know, 6 or 5 distinctions. I had 16 modules that I did, passed all of them, did not have a sub. I passed everything with flying colors, like first time. So what helped me was before I went to varsity, so I attended open day. So I was lucky enough during open day, the assistant there was somebody that I went to school with. So went to the same primary, then she left for a different high school, but I knew her. So she was doing the course that I did, so she helped me so much, and she later on became my mentor. So Idiboni Adams is her name. Many people know her on social media. She helped me throughout my 3 years of varsity. So she did the same course. So basically what she did to me, I hope you also have the same person in your life, even if they're already doing 2nd or 3rd year, where they are going to be guiding you through your course. So what she did, she gave me a brochure of the course. Actually asked me, so you want to do media communication and culture, what do you want to do with this degree, where do you want to work? So I told her I want to work in broadcasting. And then she actually, for first year, she wrote down the modules that I'm supposed to take for that first year. 2nd year, that's where now you choose your stream. So you're going to stream in what, you're going to specialize in what. She wrote down the modules, and I think I still have that brochure. I don't know where I put it. And then 3rd year, she wrote down, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to volunteer at an NGO, da 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 da. So I already went into varsity knowing, you know, with that guidance, knowing, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to tackle this. And luckily, on campus, they gave us another mentor. So I was lucky enough to actually have 2 mentors. So on campus, they actually gave us another res mentor, which is Utozama. So Utoz was my mentor. Sis Taz, that's what we called her. So I'd suggest that you get yourself a mentor. Obviously, when you're starting a new course, you won't know who to go to, but go to your lecturers, let them suggest who the 2nd years are. So obviously you're telling them you stay at this particular res or this flat, maybe in Summerstrand or just in PE. Now speaking specifically for now people who are attending at Nelson Mandela University, then they'll suggest for you. Obviously they know the best students who are going to guide you. So get a mentor. And then academically, attend all your classes, guys. Attend all your classes, because especially when it's very beneficial, especially when it comes to tests, because that's where you are going to get scopes. Sometimes lecturers don't literally give you scopes, but what they do is, I had a lecturer who actually by this time actually knew the way she would speak, or the tone, the emphasis she would put on certain topics. That's how I knew that, okay, this is definitely coming out of the test or the exam. So they won't literally say study this, so but the way, even their facial expressions or just the body language. So if you don't go to class, you are not going to pick up on that. Also, make sure you consult, guys. Lecturers have consultation times. Those consultation times are not only for struggling students or students who need help with anything. What I used to do, which was very smart, I think that's how I flew through my studies, like I got flying colors. What I used to do for modules where I was like, I'm not really sure about it, especially if you can't read your lecturer, you don't know what's going to come out, and they tell you study everything. So what I used to do, I'd make my notes, right? Make my notes, actually consult. So when I ask for a consultation, or maybe go on the consultation times that they provide for us, I'll go there and I'll tell them, ma'am or sir, I feel like I am going to fail this test. I used to act. It was bad, but it helped me. I am very I'm scared I'm going to fail this exam. So right at this moment, I've studied A, B, and C. I don't know if it's correct. And as you're speaking to them, they tell you, okay, forget about that, what you studied. Rather look at this. But they won't directly tell you, this is what I'm going to put out. But in the way now they're speaking to you one-on-one, is where you're actually going to pick up, okay, this is what I should focus on. So that is that. And also, back to what I said, choose your friends wisely. So make sure you have friends that have the same goals as you. Make sure you have study buddies or a study partner, which was my roommate. So academically, that's how you're going to thrive. And make sure you choose your group members wisely also. It's not, guys, I do not suggest being in groups with your friends, alright? Because friends like Central guys, they're not gonna work. So be in groups with hardworking people. You know those students that get distinctions, stick with them. Like, you will not go wrong. And then academically also, what else? Yeah, I think that's it. And then now socially, goes back to choosing your friends wisely. So for me, I'm very observant. So when I first arrived at Rez, I already observed. I was like, okay, this crowd is not gonna do any justice for me, or do me any justice rather. When I saw they're very concerned about materialistic things. And there was this one friend when she was unpacking, and I remember somebody saying, oh, those are nice shoes. She had heels for days, and she actually said, oh, my mom got that for me in Paris. And I was like, that time I have clothes from Mr. Price. And it's those kind of people, man, that make you feel small for the little that you have. So that's where I was like, let me stick to my Runza, because we get each other, we're in the same level, there's no pressure. And also it's very advisable to be true to who you are. You know where you come from. Don't now go to university and stress your parents out. Now you call back home and you say, I want an iPhone, what? And no, you know your parents cannot afford that. So no, and just stick with friends that are going to make you thrive academically, because that's what you're there for. And also it's very advisable to befriend friends with money. I remember my first friend that I made was this white girl. Guys, it was so deliberate, but she thought, this girl is so nice. But I was like, she's white. Chances are she got money. Chances are she got a car. And she did. So I knew I had a friend when I wanted to go shopping, when I wanted to go watch movies. I wasn't gonna take public transport, but she was there. And also, what I like about, what I liked about her, she liked that, man. Like, I was a charity case to her, but I was like, baby girl, I'm benefiting from this, so I don't care. So she liked that, okay, I was helping this black girl from UNIC who is very miserable at Rez, and we studied together. So we did well. Like, I think we did philosophy together. So befriend people with ka-ching, because they always want to dish out money. Girl, you go benefit. Like, it doesn't matter if what's in what to as long as you benefit. Benefits are very important in life. And then also socially, like what I told myself, because I remember my first year I did not go out. Literally, I did not go to any event on campus because I told myself I'm going to be there for the next 3 years. So like if I miss out on 1 year, I mean these people are always gonna be there. Like I can always go out. Those clubs are always gonna be there. So I mean, So I just wanted to focus on passing my first year. I had 16 modules I already said, and I was stressed. Like I didn't want to carry anything over. So socially, befriend people with the same mindset as you, people with the same goals as you, people who are actually going to bring out the best in you rather than people who are going to make you lose your way. People, because there are people there who have been there for like more than 7 years. Do not befriend those people because bazakulahlekisa mntaselifini. So those for me, yeah man. So that's it. And if you follow that, if you do that, there is no way that you're gonna fail. Obviously you're gonna study most, like studying is part of it, but if you follow that, so that's how you're gonna thrive. That is how you're gonna thrive. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. If I do, I'll just do a part 2 of this video. And you can also leave comments down below asking me questions, and I will be glad to answer them for you. But I hope you did enjoy this video. That's it from me. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. And yeah, as I already said, leave a comment down below asking me questions or telling me how you survived your first year and how you thrived in your first year. I hope you did enjoy. Take care and God bless, babes.